What is up, noodles? Welcome to the first episode of SIP, which is Should I Play This? And this is the commentary that you want to watch to know if you should buy or play a certain game or title, or otherwise. Now, the game that I'm talking about today is Contrast. Contrast is an indie title that was released along with the launch of the PlayStation 4, and it's made by Compulsion Games, which is not really a name that if I said it, you'd probably not know who they are. It's made on the Unreal Engine, so I expected great graphical fidelity, and it came out on PC, PS3, PS4, and Xbox 360. I'm not sure about the Xbox One, but I'm pretty sure that you guys can just go look that up. So, Contrast is a puzzle platforming game, and as such, I struggle with it because I'm not very good at puzzle platformers. But I digress. Let's just get into the game. And let me actually go to a chapter that I can beat so I don't embarrass myself in front of the camera. So, like I said, it's an indie title, which means that I didn't expect much, but since it's on the Unreal Engine, I expected a lot of good visual aspects of the game. And I think that the game is great. I think that the soundtrack is wonderful, which is why I bought the $20 version versus the $15 version. I think that the character design is great. The environment is very immersive. Right now, I'm running a surround sound setup, and basically, when I have the music up and I'm trying to solve a puzzle, and basically, as long as no one is talking, I get completely immersed in this game, and I think that they did a great job. Just look around. Great graphical fidelity. I think they did a really good job with this. After all, it's an indie title, and I don't feel like it's fair to compare to AAA titles such as, just because it's a puzzle platform, I wouldn't compare it to something, say, Mario, because Nintendo's budget is far more. But the question really is, should you play this, pay for it, or otherwise? Now, this game is fun, and let's just say, if you're a Call of Duty Battlefield's non-puzzle platforming person, this is not the game that's going to get you into puzzle platforming. It may pique your interest, but for the current price point, I don't think that you'd be interested in paying for it or otherwise.
They haven't started the show yet. You missed the dancers. They were so beautiful. I want to be a dancer when I grow up. Or an acrobat, like you.
Yeah, sure, kid. You definitely want to do that and end up on World Star Hip Hop. Now, what I wanted to point out was this girl keeps talking over me. She obviously did not take the communication course.
Let's go in.
Stop talking. Now, there are some parts in the game where this girl randomly glitches out, talks too much, or she just really doesn't know what she's talking about, and she just keeps on talking and talking and talking and distracting me. And the voice acting, I gotta say, a lot of the voice acting is a lot of LA Noire-esque, and I feel like it's really, I don't know, I feel like, just look at the town, just look at the graphical fidelity of the town. The feel is like maybe like a 70s, 80s noir style. Look at this, Ghost Note. This looks like an old American club, pretty much. And the town fits that, the voice acting fits that, but the only lovable character that I really like in this game is this girl. Her voice acting is decent. I wouldn't say it's great, but it captures her character and what she's supposed to be doing greatly. And I think that I really think that she adds something to the game. And let me go in and I'll show you some more of the game. So, in this world, there are real people and there are shadow people.
Want to put on some lights? I promise you'll like the view.
Okay, so here's a puzzle. Turn on the spotlights. A lot of these are actually very, very easy, and they don't really take a lot of time to do until all of a sudden the difficulty gets much harder later on, and you're like, what do I do? Which is what a lot of puzzle platformers do, so I wouldn't really say anything bad about that. But there's one spotlight, and that wasn't necessarily brain surgery, but this is where, I believe, I had to use shadows.
Sugar. Help a girl out here.
So,
We can't play in the dark.
gotta tilt this. aim the spotlight at the band, and you don't see the band because they're shadows. I don't think... I know that there was an artistic vision behind this, but I don't think that they really went for it. I feel like they were trying really hard to establish an identity, and in doing so, they made a little bit of the aspects of the characters and the environment a little bit boring. I don't really feel like I have to personify the shadows as much, but let me be quiet so you can hear this part. And there wasn't anything to hear. I think it comes after this. Something just broke, and
Oh, hey, one's on the fritz.
great, now one
Hey,
broke.
Sparky, could you do something about that one too? It's really messing with our rhythm.
Alright, so this is where the shadow platforming comes in, and this is one of the cooler things about it. I feel like they really tried something originally, and I really think that they implemented it well. Even though, I gotta say, that in some places, going around really curvy walls and things like that, you phase out like this. It'll automatically just do this to you and make you fall out of the wall, which is kind of frustrating. But it's nothing that made me quit the game. So, I'm going to phase in, I'm going to solve this puzzle. Alright, as you can see, I just shadow platformed my way up here, and now I'm going to go over the spotlight, and I'll aim it at the band. And I gotta say, the soundtrack is lovely in this game. Okay.
Vamp for me, Charlie, would ya?
Well, you get the point. This game doesn't take... Well, I wouldn't say that this game doesn't take itself seriously, but the game chooses to be funny in places where I feel that it needs to be funny, and I think that they did a good job in really just showing off that they have an original concept and they're going to run with it.
That's Daddy.
What are you doing here?
You're singing good tonight, Kat.
Don't smooth talk me, Johnny. We had an agreement.
Is that what you call it? I never wanted to leave. You kicked me out.
You want money from me, Johnny? Cause I'm ducking the landlord.
I don't need a handout, babe. Look at this suit.
You work in another one of your famous deals?
This one's big, Kat.
Oh, sure it is. Till it blows up like last time and the time before
Not
that.
this time, babe. I'm gonna make it all up to you.
I gotta get back on stage.
Then meet me after. I'm staying at the Excelsior.
But you think you're just gonna jitterbug your way back into our lives with a lot of sweet talk?
It's gonna be better this time, babe. You're gonna see how much better it can be. Room 529, kiddo.
Where is he going? I need to talk to him.
And as you can see, the animation is a little bit shoddy, but the voice acting, like I said, has some discrepancies, but for the most part, it's good and it does its job. I don't know about the story. The game is really short, and overall, I think that if you like puzzle platforming games and you want to try something that's LA Noire-esque, then you should pay for this game. You should play this game. I think that you would enjoy this game. But for someone like me, who doesn't really care much about puzzle platforming, I gotta say, I don't think that I should have purchased this, but for the sake of review and making sure that you guys wouldn't have to play this if you didn't want to play this. This is not the game that will get you into puzzle platforming. This is no Mario. This is sort of a technical showpiece, so to speak, to show off shadow platforming mechanics, what an indie title can do, and sort of what someone could accomplish and get done on a puzzle platformer in terms of new mechanics. I think they did a good job with the mechanics, the ambience, and the graphical fidelity. The characters are interesting, at least two of them. The voice acting is good on most characters, but on some you can tell that they're not very experienced, and it does kind of break my immersion a little bit. I gotta say that some of the puzzles really did scale really, really weirdly in terms of difficulty. I would be doing well for a whole hour or so, and then all of a sudden I would have to go look it up online or sit there scratching my head trying to figure out a puzzle, which was kind of annoying. Overall, if you like puzzle platformers, then for the price of $14.99, or you can wait for a price drop, or if you're a PlayStation Plus member, then you get this free. If you get it for free, try it. There's no harm in trying it. It's a short game. It's free on PlayStation Network. On PC, it's $14.99 on Steam, and it's probably going to have a price drop, seeing as it's a free game on PSN. If you like it, buy it. If not, don't play this. For God's sake, do not play this. Do not pay for it. Do not otherwise, if you know what I mean. Do not play this if you are not interested. This has been Fizzy Games, and I will see you later.